Hello, everyone. This is Dr. T with Coach Ed coming to you with more scholarships. Um, so let me get started with that. First of all, let me thank you all for who have you've been supporting me. You've been supporting me and my dream to do this. And what is this? This is to one, start a YouTube channel. Two, to provide scholarship information and college readiness tips to basically students who need it, who um, kind of some fall through the cracks, and that population I can assign it to first generation students, minority, and underrepresented students, and that can be anywhere. So this channel is for parents and students who fit into any of those categories. In my search for scholarships, it's ironic that I find scholarships that address and are willing to support just that population. And I think I'm going to mention one here in my list of schools here. And so that that brings a very high level of satisfaction to me that I'm able to help somebody who may not know certain things. And the combination of scholarships and the college readiness tips. And if you go back to, I think it's one or two um, videos a couple of days ago, I'm giving college readiness tips to students within this 90-day window. Last month was a huge month for scholarship for graduations. June is going to be the same, and clock's ticking, and it's time now to make sure that you have what you're supposed to have. You have what you need, excuse me, so that when you drive up to that, and it's going to be a very emotional day when you drive up to that university. Cars packed, van is packed, truck is packed, um, and everybody's happy but sad all at the same time, because as a parent to uh, leave your child in an environment that you should have some concerns, but also you're happy because they've made it to this point. And those 12 long years that you helped with homework, in some cases did homework, you saw the struggles, you saw the accolades that were given to the students, and now it all comes to this point where they're going to college. And I just believe there are some students who want to go to college, um, and there could be a variety of reasons why they think they can't. Some of which I mentioned in those populations. So to try to help in that with that dream, I take the time to scour the websites. I scour the internet, looking for scholarships that um, you may not see. And I've surprised myself in some of the scholarships I've come up with. So I want to share that with you, and I appreciate your time. And I hope and I pray you do one thing, that you take some time. I know it's summertime and you want to go to the beach and you want to go hang out, but can you dedicate 1 hour a week where you can go to my website, my YouTube channel, find some scholarships and apply? And for those of you that have never looked, or well, what's the process? The process in a lot of cases is very, very easy, such as it may be an application, a simple application. There may be some information you may need to know, like you got to know what your child's GPA is. And I say you, I don't necessarily mean you as a parent, but maybe together with your child, sitting down for an hour and cranking out, let's say five scholarships. One thing I do know, yeah, you can have a thought. Um, I'm not gonna, I may not get it. You may not, but I've heard time after time and time again. I've gotten phone calls. Do you know somebody that we can give a scholarship to? I've had those phone calls. So what that means is that there's a lot of money that goes unawarded because nobody applies. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. This one is dedicated to scholarships that have a June 30th deadline. So we have the time. We have the time to do that. And if you do 5 a week, you've done 20. And you just can't tell me that out of 20 applications or essays or whatever, you can't get $500. And that would go a long way towards helping with tuition. So let's get started. In North Carolina, there is a North Carolina Education Lottery Scholarship. And the amount is up to $3,768. And to be eligible for this, just be a North Carolina resident attending a college or university in the state. Now, they may have some other requirements. I'm quite sure they will on the applications, such as GPAs, those type of things. But here's the one from North Carolina. New York City has two. I looked over these, and one really appealed to me, and I'll tell you why in a minute. New York State HESC Tuition Assistance Program, up to $5,665. To be eligible, you must be a New York resident and you want to attend an in-state post-secondary institution. So, and there are many. There are many. The next one is the NYS Memorial Scholarship. I like the scholarship, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Up to $24,000, $24,880. That's available. To be eligible, you must be dependents of deceased New York residents who died as a result of the September 11th attacks. I like this one just for that very reason. That there were some people unexpectedly lost their lives. I remember that day. I was working for Amtrak at the time, and I had just left the day before, and I woke up and to see a building on fire, smoke billowing from one of the buildings. And then they cut to the crash in Pennsylvania, I think it was. Then they cut to the Pentagon. I'm like, what in the world's going on? Well, we soon found out, and I like this one. So, um, if you have people in New York, contact them and say, look, I just heard there was some scholarship money available, and you must be a dependent of a deceased person who worked in that building. All right, moving on. Going across the country, let's go to California. California Law Enforcement Personnel Dependents Grant, up to $15,000, $15,400. You must be dependents of California law enforcement personnel who were killed or totally disabled in the line of duty. That's a good one. Very good. Let's go jump back to Virginia, the great state of Virginia. BPW Virginia Ruff Scholarship for Continuing Education. The amount is $1,000. Eligibility, Virginia residents pursuing continuing education. That's a broad level of eligibility, but look, take a look for yourself so you can get an idea. Go to the website. Just as simple as putting the name of the scholarship in the address bar and find out more information and then move forward. Okay, jump down to South Carolina, the Palmetto Fellows Scholarship. Amount is up to $40,000. To be eligible, you must be a South Carolina high school senior with a high academic achievement. I think that's kind of the fear that in order to apply or be eligible for a scholarship, it's all about having a great GPA, 3.5 or 3.0, 3.5, 4.0. No, as you just heard, None of the ones that I mentioned before mentioned having a phenomenal, amazing GPA. So there's money for everybody. All right, let's jump to some of the national scholarships. Tylenol Future Care Scholarship, $1,000. Eligible graduate students or college students, seniors enrolling in graduate school for medical, nursing, or pharmacy fields. Very good. I like this one. I like the title. Too cool to pay for school scholarship, $1,000. Who's eligible? High school students, graduates, high school graduates, college students, and grad students. So that covers everybody pretty much. All right. Um, Jumping back to, I think this is North Carolina. No. Regions Writing Forward Scholarship Contest, amount $8,000. Here you have to submit a video or a written essay about an individual you know personally who has inspired you. I like that. I like that. You get your choice of the video or this essay, but this is your essay. This should be easy. I think we all, if you're my age, we all have someone in high school that we looked up to and was always there to inspire you to make sure that you kept going and that you graduate from high school and go to college. That's a good feeling to have. In my case, I would choose my father, who was a high school teacher. He was a volleyball coach, track coach, but he taught brick masonry, and this is back in the '70s and '80s. Um, but the number of students that he impacted were amazing. And the reason we know that is because they would come to the house and just to hang out with them, laugh with them. But that showed that there was an impact. So I like that scholarship. Okay, here we go. This one is in North Carolina. It is the SECU Foundation People Helping People Scholarship. The amount is $5,000, and you must be a North Carolina resident and attending Wayne Community College. Now I know exactly where this community college is. I think it's in Lenore County, Wayne County, near Goldsboro, and that's a good amount of money. Uh, so most times, most of the scholarships they either specify just go to college, and I would think that a community college would be included. But this is specifically for this community college. Um, so check it out if that's what you want to do, and you live in that area. Piedmont Community College Foundation Scholarship. The amount varies, but it's for students who wants to attend the Piedmont Community College, and that is in North Carolina. All right. Also, what I did, I took a chance and just researched what are the top 10 scholarships or top 10 majors and what scholarships are available to support these majors. The very first number one was business administration and business management, and I have this is an interesting name that I cannot pronounce. My name was Betty C. I'll call her Betty C. Women in Business Scholarship, $3,000. The deadline is the end of June 30th. And who's eligible? Women pursuing business degrees. Um, I know where I was, the business department was booming. You would think that it wouldn't be, but it was because it at one point it wasn't. But when they formed a entrepreneurship club and it was packed. It had 20 some odd students involved. We even had some early college students that were very involved in this particular club and went on to do very, very well. Um, so those of you who have a desire to be in business, really check it out and they can help you out. Some good money. Next one, the Daniel Gallagher Foundation Merit Scholarship, $10,000. And June 30th, of course, is the end of the deadline. Students demonstrating academic excellence. Very good. All right, number two, was nursing. I remember for the last couple of years, there's been a cry for nursing, for nurses. And the Gene Robot Lovelace Nursing Scholarship is offering $2,500 June 30th. And what's the eligibility? You must have an interest in majoring in nursing and become a nurse. Okay, here we go. The Golden State Nursing Foundation, $500 June 30th. And that's specific to California nursing students. Okay, moving on to communications. Down on the list, there were some, of course, in between this, but they were April or May dates. Communications and Media Studies, Media Fellow Scholarship, $5,000, June 30th deadline. Students pursuing media-related degrees. So if that's something you have an interest in, hey, jump on it. Jump on it. It'll be well worth your time. And the last couple I have is the S3G Advisors NextGen Scholarship, $5,000. And this is what I was talking about. The eligibility requirement is first generation college students from the Midwest attending a Midwest state school, pursuing studies in STEM, business, or related fields. So that proves what I was saying before, that there's a need. There's a need for some financial support for students who are first generation. And let me, not to question anybody's level of intelligence, but I just want to clarify, what is first generation? From what I saw as far as a definition, first generation is if there's a student whose parents or parent did not obtain a 4-year degree, or for that matter, it could be a 2-year degree at a community college. If that's a situation, then that student is considered a first generation student. So that student will apply, could apply for this. And there are many more that I'm quite sure. I think the next one will also confirm that. The Hubert Caligo Literacy Scholarship, $600, high school seniors with financial need, underrepresented minorities, first generation students, or those with at least one immigrant parent. And I tell you, it warms my heart to see this because sometimes it's not all about um, the GPA. Sometimes there's some other factors. Now, we're not saying that if you qualify for any of these categories and you have a 2.0, once you look at the scholarship, you'll learn more about such a requirement. It's just a GPA requirement, but it's worth looking at. It certainly is worth looking at. And the last one is the Communications and Media Studies Media Fellow Scholarship, $5,000. Did I say that one already? Students pursuing media-related degrees. I think that is all I have for today. That is. So, guys, that's just a few I wanted to bring to you today. I will, about mid-June, bring you the July. And some people think, and I have scholarships for July deadlines, August deadlines. So it's never, you didn't miss the season. And I will let you know what these are, and it should be fine. And in closing, I've posted some things the other day about college readiness. There's some things, and there's a 90-day window that I think we're already in. Take a look at that video. It'll give you some ideas. This week, I've asked you as parents and students to do 5 things. And if you wonder what those are, go to the website, go to the video, and take a look. Things that you can do. But what I'm more concerned about is that you are prepared in every way. As far as documentation, you know what to expect. I think the worst thing you can do is drive a mile or 1,000 miles and you don't have the right documents. That delays the process. You're frustrated. The school is frustrated. the kid is certainly frustrated because they were like, wow, how did we miss this? I don't want you to miss anything. And I think I've covered all bases. And if you would just take a look at that and take care of that, I think you will be well on the way to being prepared. So I will post the second week of this on Sunday or Monday, so that and hopefully you would have done what was needed on Friday, just to give you some hints of what you should have at this point, and just put it away in the file folder, um, like copies of transcripts. Have two or three. You know, you may have sent it already in. Things get lost. Things happen. Just be prepared. So just give you a little hint of what I'm talking about on that particular video. All right, guys, my time is up here. This is Dr. T with Coach Ed. And as always, I'm willing to help as many people as I can, as long as I can. And I really, really mean that, because I think it's what I'm doing is worthwhile and I enjoy doing it. All right, guys, team, take a look at that video. Do some, just an hour, just 1 hour a week. I think will yield you more money than you may think. All right. Have a good day. I will see you in my next